Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. Yes, I am now 18 years old. Before I begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dan Brian Andalan. I was born in Cagayan de Oro City 18 years ago today at 18 minutes past 6 in the morning on Tuesday, the 12th of June, 2007. I was raised here in Iligan City and I am now 18 years old. Yes, kasabot ra kay ko kung dili ko Bisaya lang tawon kung inanay mo ang reaction kay of course dili gyud ko Bisaya lang tawon, dili pug ko Bisaya paminawon og dili pug kay ko istorya og Bisaya sa ako mga videos. Mao nga no kasabot ra gyud kay ko kung ang imuhang reaction kay Bisaya day ka. So let's proceed with what the actual intention of this video is and what the actual purpose of it is. I will be answering 3 questions on this video concerning my age. How do I feel that I'm now 18 years old? What changes have I noticed about myself over the last 12 months? And what are the things that I am excited for now that I'm 18? Let's begin with the first one. How do I feel now that I am 18 years old? I feel old. I feel so old. I am so unfathomably old. I feel like I look 20 and I am 18, but I feel like I'm 40. That's basically how I can explain what I'm feeling every single day. Next, well, the second question is, what changes have I noticed about myself over the last 12 months? Well, it's the very first thing that you might not immediately notice is that I am currently experiencing hair loss. It is minimal as of right now, but I think it is slowly progressing. You can see from this very angle, which is why I chose this angle. But if you directly look at the top of my head, you will see some you will see my scalp, like my very scalp that just has a lot of lines and squiggly things on them. And what I mean by that is just like there's this inconsistent pattern of like scalp, of like hairless scalp, just what do you call this, just all around my head. Yeah, yes, I know that isn't like something that an 18-year-old should experience. So yeah, yes, I am experiencing hair loss and I should make some changes to this. Next, what other change have I noticed? I no longer really keep up with the trends anymore. I know I play Grow a Garden and I listen to Multo by Cup of Joe, and I also, what do you call this? Just express some of my opinions or even keep up with some trends. But there are a few trends that I simply cannot be that I cannot simply comprehend. I'll give you 2 examples. God forbid. What on earth is like, I know the words God forbid, like their meaning, but they mean the exact opposite on TikTok. It just wow, like that is another sign of my age, that I don't really know how these trends came to fruition. Like at one point I don't even know the meanings of like the TIS, PMOYCL, SBOW, those things. I do know what they mean now, but there was a point where I was incredibly clueless about these trends. And I only know these trends because of my siblings. These things don't really show up naturally on my For You page, and good that they don't show up, because I simply cannot be bothered. Like, no, I just want my brother to explain it to me just so I can move on with my life and never hear from it ever again. And there's also one more example of this propaganda that I am surely falling for. What on earth do you mean by that? I am incredibly confused, baffled, and just outright flabbergasted by the concept of this trend called propaganda that I am surely falling for. Propaganda. They use the word propaganda. What they exactly mean by those words, propaganda that I am surely falling for, is just words that you just believe in. Because propaganda, in its actual term, like its actual definition, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the actual definition of the word propaganda is just this information that is spread by an entity or the government to, spread some misinformation, disinformation, or even just any correct information just to hype up patriotism in the, in the country, for the country, when at times of war or times of peace. I think that's just one definition. There's another definition, but you can add those in the comment section below. Now, propaganda that I am surely falling for is simply a trend I cannot get behind with. Also, the God forbid one. Again, the God forbid trend on TikTok means the exact opposite of the actual definition or the actual usage of the word God forbid. Let's say, for example, God forbid someone who treats me so well. That means, in its actual definition, God forbid, like, oh, please, someone shouldn't treat me well. But on TikTok, it means that, oh, please, someone should treat me well. To this very day, I simply cannot get my head around these two trends. So, yeah, it is, again, a sign of my age. And finally, what am I excited for now that I am 18 years old? Well, a lot of things, actually. What do I call this? Oh, right, there are Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections on the 1st of July. So as soon as I turn 18, or as soon as possible after I turn 18, I'll register to vote, because that will be my very first election that I can vote in. That's the first one. I can now vote in elections. Second of all, I can apply for, what do I call this? Banking, I can now apply for credit cards, debit cards. I can now make my own bank accounts under my name and my actual birth date. Excuse me. Another one is that I can now drink in public. Yes. Yes. Okay. Those are just 3 things that I am incredibly excited for. Well, not really incredibly excited, but I am quite excited about those 3 things. So, how long have I been? We're still under 10 minutes. Okay, I'll make this 10 minutes then. Right, that is it for now. Before we go, 2 things. Actually, 3. For one, I look so white. I don't look this white in real life. Don't worry. I look much, much browner than this. Second of all, my phone has upgraded to One UI 7.0. Don't mind the wallpaper. It is objectively very, very funny. And third of all, before we go, someone told me that as a kid I smiled like this cat. Well, now now to this day I still smile like this cat, because what I'll be showing to you on this side is the very last frame of a video I made about playing Grow a Garden for the very first time, which is this. Just look at those two photos and tell me that I don't smile like this cat. And I do, and I very much do. That is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please do greet me in the comment section, or don't. I don't really mind. And thank you very much for the honesty. I really appreciate that. What else? Well, nothing much really, except for, I don't know, I am now getting very old, which is the very premise of this video. Okay. Bruh. I look so unnaturally white. I don't look like this in real life. Oh God. Is this catfishing? I don't know. Alright, that's it for now. Bye-bye.